अपना घर बना सके। आखिर एक घर कैसे बनता है? मिट्टी से? पत्थर से? नहीं, मां हमेशा कहती थी घर घर वालों से बनता है। मेहनत से, मोहब्बत से, कुर्बानी से, लगन से और बड़ों की दुआओं से। मेरे साथ भी मेरे वालिदैन की दुआएं और साथ ही रोशन अपना घर की खास सहूलतें। बैरून मुल्क पाकिस्तानी अब दुनिया भर में कहीं से भी अपने रोशन डिजिटल अकाउंट के जरिए पाकिस्तान में अपना घर खरीद या पुरकशिश रेट्स पर फाइनेंस करवा सकते हैं। अपनी पसंदीदा प्रॉपर्टी खुद सिलेक्ट करें या बैंकों के प्री अप्रूव्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स में से चुनें। और सबसे बढ़कर ये कि अपना लगाया हुआ सरमाया जब चाहें वापस ले जाएं। रोशन अपना घर से अब आप भी अपनों के लिए सूद से पाक फाइनेंसिंग से घर हासिल करें। रोशन डिजिटल अकाउंट पे मजीद मालूमात के लिए आज ही स्टेट बैंक ऑफ पाकिस्तान की वेबसाइट मुलायजा करें। रोशन डिजिटल अकाउंट। दूर रह कर भी पास।
Hi everyone, ALina, your host on Voice of Australians. Again, we are at IKIGAI with ALina. Again, just repeating the concept of Ikigai. Everyone has a different reason for being, which keeps us alive. The reason we wake up every morning. So everyone has different Ikigai. So today our guest, everyone knows his name, Ali P, who is an actor, singer, social activist, comedian, so many things, and who just rose to fame by Vadere Ka Beta. We all know about it. We have heard it so many times, millions, gazillions of times, but we don't, not everyone knows the history behind it, how we rose to the fame, what struggles we faced. So, hi Ali, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. It's quite cold over here. So it's raining,
quite hot
windy.
here. So I'm enjoying the hot weather and some AC, sun and it's AC ka combination. Yeah.
Okay, so how about if we trade some cold with some hot? So मैं मेलबर्न की सर्दी आपके पास भेज देती हूँ, आप वहाँ की गर्मियाँ भेज दें.
Done. Right after this interview, I'm TCSing you some heat.
Sure, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So Ali, tell me about Vadere Ka Beta, which the reason behind your fame, your success. Are you Vadere Ka Beta by yourself, or how this concept came into the being?
So basically, I was I studied film from Zabist, bachelor's in film, and when I was studying film, I realized that because when you start studying to become a filmmaker, you start opening your eyes to different perspectives. So I saw this big divide in our society. The law was different for the poor, and the law was different for the rich, and it still is, sadly. But that divide, I would see, like there were Vaderas in my school, Vadere ka betas, and they would do horrible things and go for vacation in Switzerland or anywhere, and come back and the case was gone. But a Gharib, my cousin is a cable technician, and he got arrested for double savari, which is when you have someone sitting on the back of a motorcycle, the pillion riding, and he was sent to jail for 6 months, and he was only 17, 18 years old. So I saw this divide, and I saw that people are so I would see with these Vadere ka betas. I am Sindhi. I am from a Sindhi family, but I am myself is I'm not a Vadera. But I knew people around me. There were some people in my family or outside the family, and even living in Karachi in school, you would see such people. So I thought I should make a song mocking them, satirizing this figure that nobody talks about because they're all scared. So I thought it'd be funny, and thankfully that got around right now it has around 20-30 million views on YouTube. So it became this new pop culture ka hissa. It became part of pop culture, and yeah, it started my career 10 years back. But yeah, uh, that's how it is.
Wow. Because when I heard Vadeka Beta for the first time, I thought you are Vadeka Beta and you are enjoying all those privileges. So I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wow, okay. I'm just talking about being rich. So so it's
Yeah, I
good that
mean,
you
thank you. I
clarified.
guess the acting was good because some people did actually think that this is not a joke, that this is a real guy who's thinking about his life. But that's good. I guess that's a compliment for me because when an actor or a singer does some performance, and if people think it's real, then nothing could be better than that.
So Ali, tell me about your journey with art because you said you were studying in Zabist. So you
Yeah.
always wanted to be singer, actor, or how you manifested it, or how the journey evolved.
So basically, I was studying to be a film director, but I had an acting course, so I was doing some theater. I was part of the first ever Urdu improv group, comedy group in Pakistan. It was called Aisa Karoge To Kaun Aayega. We went and did TV shows. We did a show on Geo. We did a show on multiple channels. It was 2 seasons of short form improv comedy with a group. So I started by doing theater actually. So theater is my um, first medium of performance, and then it became these funny songs because I always wanted to do something that nobody is doing. I really don't like to play safe. Even now, when I do these short form comedy videos, nobody does them like this. Yes, there is TikTok, there is that craft of dubbing a video, but it's been done in a very musical, filmy drama way. But I try to use popular culture clips that go viral, even politics, politicians saying stupid things. So I just make fun of that. So I feel like um, I've always been driven to do something different, and that's where the rap music came from. That's where the comedy came from. And like you said, everybody has a force, everybody has a purpose in life, something that keeps them going, and mine has always been comedy. I love making people happy and laugh, and being in Pakistan, people need it a lot.
Yes, yeah. And the thing that's really that I admire about you, that you touch on different topics, really difficult topics, but with so much humor. So, like, so that people get the message as well, and it's a form of art that you are carrying. So, so many people in Pakistan, they want to be artists, they want to be singers, they want to have association with art, but then they end up being electrical engineer or some other end up doing some other job, hating their work, and then they just
Mm.
do art as a sidekick or side chick, what I
Yeah.
would say. So how do you think, is art sustainable career in Pakistan? Is it for everyone who is talented, or how people can follow their journey or their calling of art they really want to, if they really want to be an artist?
I feel like art is like any other field. Not every engineer becomes um, makes a crazy big invention. Not every economist becomes Abdul Salam. So I mean, there's you can make it and break it in any category. I feel like art is the kind of industry where there's no consistency, so sometimes you might be getting good shows and make a lot of money, but sometimes you don't.
Hmm.
So you have to brace yourself for that. And secondly, I feel like any discipline, I would encourage anyone, if you're young enough, um, or even old enough, doesn't matter what age you are, you should always study a discipline before getting into it. It just gives you a much better knowledge. Now, right now, I'm a one man army. If I choose to, although I have an office and a team, but if I choose to, if I'm traveling, I can make a video anywhere in the world. And I wouldn't have that skill if I didn't go to film school. So I can shoot, I can edit, I can act, I can do everything by myself. And that kind of gives you tools to be a person who can wear multiple hats. Even now, I don't just do music, I do live shows, I make branded videos, which are promotional like ads. I also act in ads. So yeah, I write scripts. I've written Hum Style Awards key script a few years back. So I try to do everything that I can, and that's how I sustain myself. And that's what I would encourage others. If you're an artist, if you have a skill, one thing is not enough. You can't just be an artist, you have to be a businessman. You need to know how to sell your art and make money from it. Because if you're not, then sadly, nothing wrong with being an engineer or a banker or a doctor, but if it's not your calling, then you will end up relying on it for money, which is sad. Because as an artist, if you're really good at what you do, then you shouldn't be doing these things. You should be making money from your own art. But it's hard. It's the Nobody teaches you the art of making money through your art. Everybody tells you, oh, ठीक art school mein you go, they teach you how to become an artist. You go to business school, you learn how to be a good businessman. But nobody tells you how to sell your art. But you level and learn. And I feel like it's not an industry that's for everyone. But if you are smart about it, you can make money. So just try to be great at what you do. Money will come.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I still remember I had heard this saying a lot before. If you are best in your field, there is no way that you cannot make money, but you have to
Yeah.
be best in your field, what you do, and you should be passionate
Yeah.
about it and try consistently. So, which is very true. Now, Ali, I heard couple of songs that you wrote, which was about environment as well. Then about Sorry, I Was Not Enough, which was really deep. So
Hmm.
first, you also talk about emotions. You also talk about social activism. So
Hmm.
do you think for an artist it is important to be a social activist, or what your thoughts on it?
I don't think every artist needs to be a social activist at all. I feel like some people are there just to make good, fun, entertaining films or videos or whatever you do, or write fiction. Not everyone has to be have a message in your work. It's just I personally feel that growing up, I always saw these injustices, and I always saw these inequalities in our society, and I felt like so when I started making art, it was very important to me that not everything I do has as a message, but that some of the things that I do should have a message in it. So if it go Vadere ka beta, that's a message against feudalism. It could be a Chaudhary, could be a Sardar, could be a Butt. I grew up in Sindh, so I saw it as you know, a Vadera, but it could be anyway. It's happening all over. It's happening all over the world. There are always people with more power and no lack of no accountability. And then I grew up with a single mother, so I would travel the bus in public bus with my mom, and I would see how people would stare at her, and so I made a song called Tadu Maru. It's a man who stares at women and makes them feel uncomfortable, because people do that. People just stare. Um, then writing a sorry song called "Sorry I Wasn't Enough," because I grew up in a divorced family, and I felt like it was always something I felt shame about, even though it wasn't my shame. It's a very normal thing. Sometimes people get divorced, and it's okay. It's a reality of life. But I felt like nobody was telling me this. And when I looked up at the music, at the and the artist in my country, nobody was talking about these things, you know. So I felt like I should do a spoken word um, on such a thing, that how I felt I wasn't enough, and that's why dad left me, and why it's important to talk to your parents when you get divorced, because communication often helps a lot of people, a lot of kids get through a lot of tough things. So then that happened, and then even now, Sound the Alarm is the latest song. I encourage people to go and check it out. Any platform, a legal P, just search it up: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. You'll see my new song. It's called Sound the Alarm. It's a collaboration with the U.S. Consulate, Karachi, and a singer from America, Nashville, Aaron English, who's a friend of mine. And we did this song in three languages. So it's Sindhi, Urdu, English. And it's about the urgency of our planet, that we need to take care of it. The alarm has rung. Last year, the floods in Pakistan were devastating. They displaced over 1 million people. And even though Pakistan has one of the lowest carbon footprints of the world, big countries like US, China, they do. But Pakistan is one of the most highly affected countries of climate change. It is in a threat, and we need to, as humans, not blame each other, but work towards a solution now. Now there's no time to look कि, oh वो ज़्यादा pollution करता है वो, no, let's just work together, and as humans, and take care of our planet and make some changes. And so yeah, also a very important topic, because you know, you and I, and generation after us, and the generation after us, after that, they all have to live in this planet. And if we don't have this planet, if we don't have Pakistan and Maldives and all these vulnerable countries, then we all get affected by it, you know.
Ali, that's so inspirational. Like the way you are channelizing the things happening around the world, the things happening to you, because the similar kind of stuff happen to everyone, but not everyone channelizes or talk about everything, especially with the culture of Pakistan. So many things are taboos. So, but it's so good that you are speaking up, not for only the things happen to you, but the things happening around the world as well. So yes, I would highly recommend everyone to check the new song of Ali. Now, Ali, just I'm more curious. So once you did Vadele Ka Beta, and you got so much fame, so after that, did you thought about a snowball effect or domino effect that your other songs would be getting, or you would make a living out of it, or you are doing something else for the living, or you are just surviving on art?
Um, I am not just surviving; I'm thriving, mashallah. I don't want to be one of those people who are like always complaining, who always, we have this tendency, कि नहीं, we're all complaining, but I think uh, people who have it good should be grateful. I'm one of the few artists in Pakistan who doesn't need to do anything else. मेरा यही bread and butter है. This is what I do. I have my own company called The Third Act, and The Third Act has a podcast. We make branded videos. We work on little sketches. We have this series called Insan Bano. In these short clips, we teach people basic manners, um, on how not to litter, on how to treat animals, on how to treat each other. So we try to do a lot of work, and we're really happy. We're really thriving. So I mean, thankfully, I am not one of these artists who has to do another job. My work, my passion is my job, and it's not even a job. Uh, I think I'm very grateful, and I'm very blessed to be doing what I do. So yeah.
Is there any mentor that you are following? Because I can understand one song, but then you started this whole journey and you are so proud of it. And mashallah, it's paying the bill as well. So are you following any mentor or you are just self-motivated?
Um, I think I never chased money. Uh, I always try to be doing something that I love, that is new, that is exciting. I always chase a challenge. Um, I don't look at failure as a hurdle. I look at failure as a lesson. I love to fail because I broke my leg. I broke my femur 2.5 years back in an accident. One physiotherapist said you'll never run again. I not only run now, I lift weights, I go to the gym, I became stronger. So whenever life has thrown me problems, I get even stronger, even stronger. So I just yeah, just run towards pain. I think a lot of people get stuck in a comfort zone. We like it. It's always better if I stay in this room and I just Netflix and I chill with my cat. It would be a great day, but that would not get me ahead in life. So I feel like I'm so driven because my goals are intangible. It cannot be measured in numbers, and I would urge other people to do so too. Try to be like the best host or the best comedian or the best whatever it is you're doing, and just try to be motivated. I don't need any motivation. I'm a highly motivated. Yes, I do have anxiety disorder diagnosed. I have my down days. It's not like I'm always like here. Sometimes I'm here, and it's okay. We're all human. It's okay to take a few days and to love yourself and care for yourself, and then get back into it. So yeah.
Wow, that was inspiration for me. And I really always echo it so much. You should always get comfortable being uncomfortable because that's how growth happens as well.
Mhm.
And like you have given me inspiration for running again. So I was training for marathon, and everyone
Yeah,
knows I love running so much. I did
yeah.
13 half marathons, but then I
Wow.
sprained my ankle, and with just
Okay.
like I was really depressed because of my sprained ankle, and I stopped running because
Wow.
it was hard. But
Yeah.
now you are my role model.
No,
So
no,
thanks
go
for
for it
that.
and do and train yourself, and I'm sure you're going to do even twice as much distance this time because it's all here. I feel like when we get sick or something happens, we go like, oh, we're not the same. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, I still wake up. Femur is the longest and the strongest bone in the body, so I still sometimes have wake up with pain, but it's okay. And you pop a painkiller and you go to the gym and you work hard, because it's only I feel like when you become defeatist, when you're like, oh, it's never the same, then it's going to get worse. Then you won't even be able to walk that much. But now I've after the accident, I've done there's a river in Turkey called the Dalaman River. It's near a city called Fethiye, and it's got 9 kilometers of level 4 river rafting, and it takes you around 4 or 5 hours to do. And I did that, and I got
Wow.
stuck underwater. I've done hiking. I've done whatever I could do with and push myself. I've done it. So yeah, you're young. If you're young, you should not let anything stop you. Yeah, if you're 90 years old and you break a hip, maybe take it easy.
Wow. Yes. Like you should strive through pain and grow through what you go through. And so, Ali,
Yeah.
what was your biggest failure or disappointment, I would say, or failure in life that you grow through?
Personal or like a work thing, or
Whichever you want
in
to
what
share, the biggest
aspects of
one.
life?
You would count it as the thing which was biggest to you, personal or professional, whatever you like.
Oh, I think I think the biggest challenge for me has been to overcome my past. I had a very tough childhood. Um, there's been abuse, there's been neglect, there's been separated parents, and there's been a lot of things that I still deal with in therapy. But I fight so those demons of my past cannot ruin my future. I feel like what happened in the past happened, and we must not let it consume us and ruin our present, because right now I am not that little kid. I'm a man. I've made myself. I've done whatever I see around, whatever I eat, whatever, how I take care of my mom. All these things I've done and built on my own, and I should be proud of that, and not let um, bad things that bad people did ruin my present. And so it becomes, sometimes it brings me down. um, but I just try to look forward. I try to look at how blessed I am now, and how great life is, and how beautiful life is, how the sunny day, just little things like having health, having loved ones around. So yeah, I mean, life can be tough, but you can always I mean, I'm generalizing. I don't mean to put anyone's trauma down or minimize any pain that anyone's going through. But um, but yeah, you're your best friend, and once you learn to befriend yourself, then you can face a lot of things.
Wow. So you talked about childhood trauma therapy, which we usually don't talk about. Everyone goes through childhood trauma. Everyone needs therapy. I feel like therapy is just talking to a specialist. I don't know why it is considered a taboo in all cultures, not just Pakistani culture. So many cultures, even in Australia, so many people still consider it as taboo. It's just like talking to a friend, but that friend is specialization, having specialization in some topics that you feel
Yeah,
comfortable in just letting in on or venting about it. And then you
I've
talked
been
about
going for
healing.
6 years, and I feel I highly recommend it. Um, it has helped me. I don't take a single medicine for my anxiety. I'm not putting, again, it's my case. Maybe someone else has severe anxiety and needs medicine. That's okay. But in my level of anxiety, I don't take medicine. I exercise, I do therapy, and I eat well. As long as I do these three things, I take care of my body and my brain and my soul. I feel balanced. So I feel like, um, yeah, like you said, if you have fever, if you have infection, you go to a doctor. So now, this is a doctor for your mind. So just going and talking to a professional really helps. Sometimes you're talking, and कोई कुछ बोले भी नहीं. Even if she doesn't say anything, my therapist, I'm just talking and I go like, this is so such a, and you just realize by talking out loud all these
Hmm.
things, that thoughts that you keep in your head, that bring you down. When you say them out loud to a person, you realize sometimes how silly they are, or how small they are. So yeah, highly recommend therapy.
Exactly. And it's better than venting on someone else who is not responsible for your childhood traumas or for the bad days that you are having. So if you don't heal yourself, you would bleed on people which are not responsible for your scars. So the love the way that you talked about gratitude as well. It's a sunny day outside. So the small things that everyone has and we don't feel grateful for. So
True.
now, Ali, the last question from my side is I know you love growing within yourself, you love challenging yourself, and you have this passion for art. But what's your ikigai of life? The
Hmm.
reason that you wake up every morning, which keeps you going? What's the reason why this much motivation?
um Now, well, it's changed now. There's additions to it now. I love waking up, uh, and the more main motivation is my wife, my mother, the people who love me, the people who love Gul. not Ali Gulpi. They know the person. They've been with me for a long time, and so it's amazing. I got married 5 months back. It's a great feeling to have someone you can talk to, someone who's there for you. That love, that constant care. It's amazing. For sure, I think that has that's a big motivation. But yeah, work wise, I just love making people laugh. I know life is tough, and when I get that message from people, oh, we were having a rough day, but we saw your video, and now we're happy. That is the best thing I can get. I feel like that is my purpose. That is why I live here. I survive. That is my reason to be here in this planet, is to make people happy. I think everyone has a role. Everyone in this society, in this crazy play, and I feel mine is to make people happy. I feel there's a lot of we turn on the news, it's always bad. We go out, people, everybody's complaining, everybody has issues, everybody has problems. But I feel like if I can make you forget those problems for 5 minutes, I think that is my purpose. That is a feeling that is worth more than anything that I could achieve in life.
Thank you, Ali. Like, seriously, it's so awakening session that I came to know about a legal peer behind the camera, I guess, because I have always seen your humorous side, always
Yeah.
you making fun, laughing, but it's so good
In
to
real life,
know.
I am boring.
No, it's so much, you have so much depth, and which we can only just see it in the videos, but knowing you as a person is totally different. And thank you so much for inspiring my viewers as well. I can see all the comments. So everyone is so happy to see you here, and thanks for being an inspiration and showing us what the life is, and how rather than victimizing yourself, you are channelizing it into a totally different way, which is aspiring to so many different people. Thank you so much for giving us time
No,
today.
welcome, welcome. Thank you for having me, and I hope one day we somehow work it out, and I get to see the audience live in Australia and get to perform a good comedy show for you guys. Um,
Of course, we
so
are
hopefully that
waiting for
works
you
out.
to come in Australia. You have a huge fan following over here. So we are
Thank you.
waiting for
Kind.
you to come over here.
You're too kind.
Okay, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. And have a good night,
Thank you.
everyone. See ya.
Good night, everyone. Bye bye.